The true reason women are drawn to the man who walks away isn't about manipulation, it's about a profound sense of self-identity. What follows might be difficult to hear, because it explains why being good to her wasn't enough, and why she still chose the man who didn't seem to try. It illustrates why walking away feels counterintuitive, but effectively changes everything. Once you grasp this, you will never chase affection the same way again. It starts with the fact that a man walks away because he knows exactly who he is. While most men think women want flashy confidence, they actually respond to something quieter and harder to fake. A man who walks away isn't making a theatrical statement or trying to prove his strength. He is simply not confused about his own value. When a man lacks this self-knowledge, he begins to negotiate. He stays too long, explains too much, and tolerates behavior that violates his peace just to keep her near. In doing so, he unintentionally teaches her that he will adjust himself and sacrifice his dignity just to stay. That needy energy is felt instantly. In contrast, a man who knows his inner line doesn't rush to fix tension or panic when she pulls back. His identity doesn't collapse when her attention disappears, and women sense this faster than words can describe. If she is disrespectful, he doesn't argue or soften the moment. He simply creates distance. Not out of malice, but to show that his boundaries are real. That realization shifts the emotional balance because she learns he doesn't need to stay to be okay. Women aren't drawn to men who tolerate everything, they are drawn to men who only tolerate what aligns with their values. This choice is powerful because it is calm and non-emotional. Stoicism teaches that a grounded man doesn't cling to outcomes. He acts from his principles. Most men misunderstand this, thinking walking away is a tactic to make her chase. That is weak energy. The man women truly remember is the one who leaves because staying would mean lying to himself. That honesty is deep because it proves he won't betray himself later, which builds a primal level of trust. When a man knows who he is, he doesn't beg for space or ask for respect. He expects it. If it's missing, he removes himself. She thinks about him later not because he vanished, but because he refused to abandon himself. This is where real attraction begins, in a man who is willing to walk away rather than stand somewhere false. Furthermore, walking away breaks the predictable pattern her mind had grown used to. Attraction fades when a man becomes too predictable. Same reactions, same forgiveness, same constant availability. Once she knows exactly how you will respond, her emotions stop paying attention. Consistency builds safety, but attraction requires emotional contrast. Walking away introduces that contrast by breaking the rhythm. If you always chase when she pulls back, her brain learns you will always be there, and her desire relaxes. But when you create space instead of reacting, her nervous system notices the shift. Her mind starts filling the silence by replaying moments and wondering what changed. This mental replay is where attraction grows. A Stoic man responds intentionally rather than reacting out of fear. Most men rush to restore the old pattern because they fear loss, but the man who walks away lets the discomfort exist. He refuses to move out of alignment just to feel secure. This ensures the relationship is no longer running on autopilot. Silence and uncertainty create awareness, and awareness brings desire back. Walking away also signals that you are choosing her, not needing her. Neediness removes choice, and without choice, attraction suffocates. A man who cannot leave is essentially trapped, and women feel that energy immediately. When a man's presence is guaranteed no matter how he is treated, it becomes cheap. When it is optional, it becomes meaningful. This creates respect before attraction. She becomes more present and careful with her actions because she knows she could actually lose him. A Stoic man is attached to his values, not the outcome of the relationship, and that self-loyalty creates an unexplainable strength. If you walk away while secretly waiting for a text, you haven't truly left. The man women respond to is the one who has already accepted the possibility of her never coming back. That calm acceptance creates gravity. Women feel safer with a man who protects his own dignity because it proves he won't tolerate chaos. Walking away triggers reflection rather than resistance. If you argue or beg, you give her something to fight against, allowing her to blame your anger rather than her own actions. But if you leave calmly, she is left with only questions. Silence removes the distraction and forces her mind to turn inward. This works best when it's quiet. No speeches or ultimatums, just distance with dignity. This patience creates power. When you stop carrying the emotional load, her mind picks it up. Self-respect is a silent signal that doesn't demand recognition. It simply moves away from what is wrong. If respect has to be asked for, it's already gone. Women respond to lived boundaries, not spoken ones. Walking away reveals the truth of the dynamic, and truth is only uncomfortable when something was off. Finally, walking away removes the illusion that she controls the outcome. The moment you show you'll stay no matter what, you hand over your emotional autonomy. Women want to feel that the man they are with is not owned by fear of being alone or fear of starting over. A man who can leave is a man who cannot be manipulated. You aren't forcing a result, you are releasing your attachment to it. Your silence communicates that your life does not pause for her uncertainty. You walk away not to be missed, but to stay whole. You stop losing yourself to gain her attention. Whether she returns or not is no longer the point. The win happened the moment you chose yourself. That is the calm power of alignment. When you walk away from what breaks you, you finally walk toward who you're meant to become.